Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Miss Kitty's Corner. So you'll notice that I've actually changed the location of my corner. I am closer to my kitchen now, and I wanted to do this because there's better lighting over here, and also I can use my fridge to put up some works of art. And you may notice these. I received these from some students during an indoor recess, and so I just want you to know that whenever you give me something, I always hang it up. It's always somewhere in my house, so I can see it and smile and remember that time that you gave it to me. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about sketching again, just like we did last Wednesday. And so for today, we're going to be talking about a specific line family. And so let me explain first. So basically everything around us in our world, we can look and all these objects are made of specific shapes. Even if they appear like they're not, if you really look at it, like let's look at my water bottle, which I'm sure you all recognize from class. The cap of my water bottle is what? Yeah, it's a circle. And then the base or the body of my water bottle, right? If you chopped it off here, it's a cylinder. Yeah, because it's 3D, right? And the base of my water bottle is also a circle. So everywhere we look, we have water bottles, you can take a cell phone and we look at this part and we say, oh, what shape is that? Yeah, that's a rectangle, right? And this is actually a rectangular prism because, boys and girls, it's 3D, right? It has depth to it. So everywhere we look around and we see objects and things that are made of basic shapes. And the line family is really important because you create shapes by drawing lines. So we're going to be talking about the line family today, and specifically straight lines and how we can use straight lines in our sketching to better help our viewer understand what we're trying to sketch. So we can use a single straight line that I'm sure all of you have made many times in your life when you're sketching or drawing. Also, even to form letters, right? We can use a bold or a thick line that's horizontal, side to side, or vertical, up and down. We can also use a bold diagonal line to show something that's slanted. And we can also use a series of lines or thinner multiple lines close together, right? So these lines are horizontal and they're close together, and these lines are diagonal. They're also close together. We can also use lines that are dashed or dotted, right? So when you go to write in your, you're on your March journal now, but you'll have April, you will notice that in the middle where you're going to write your letters and form your words, you have your dotted line. That's also part of the straight line family. None of these lines are curved. They're all straight. So for today, I wanted to choose an object, just like I did last week. I'm going to put my video on time lapse, and so you're going to see from start to finish how I've sketched the object that I chose. I chose a tissue box, and let me put the tissue inside of the box. What shape is this tissue box? Now, hint, it is a 3D shape. Don't look at the circle on top. Yeah, it's a cube. Exactly. So I figured this would be a great object to sketch today to really practice drawing straight lines. I'm going to ignore, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to draw the design on the tissue box. I might attempt to draw it, but it does look really complex. It's geometrical, right? It's made up of a lot of different shapes. So if you'd like to participate, go around your house, and maybe if you want to go outside like we did yesterday on a nature walk and you go with a parent or guardian, and that's okay, you can find something outside too. I just went around my house and looked for something that I knew had a lot of straight lines in it, and I found a tissue box. But you could find many other things. Maybe you'd like to draw a table. That would have a lot of straight lines in it too, depending on what type of table it is. So I'm going to put my video on time lapse, and you'll get to see me sketch my object. And I received a sketch, a picture of one of a student's sketch from last week, and I loved it. Did an awesome job. I love getting those. So if you'd like to share yours with me, you can email them to me. My email is in the Google Classroom, and it's also in each of the daily emails from Miss Govan and Mrs. Fraser. My email's in there as well. And I love to receive those. They make my day, and I love seeing your hard work and knowing that you get to watch my videos and see my face for just even a little portion of your day. That makes my day. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll put my video on time lapse, and I will attempt to sketch this tissue box. All right, let's go. Okay, so this was my final product. As you could tell when you're watching the video, I did a lot of light lines to start. So I didn't pick up my pencil much, and I did a lot of light strokes. And then once I was satisfied with the actual shape of the tissue box, the outline of it, I made those lines darker, and I'll show you again. You can see that I definitely pressed down harder when I went along and drew those lines on top of my lightly shaded lines. So I found that during this process, there are a lot of straight lines in a tissue box. So I was practicing a lot with straight lines. And I also really enjoyed drawing the tissue coming out of the tissue box. At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to draw that part or sketch that part, but then I thought about it and I said, you know what? Next week or the week after, we'll go into different families of lines. So we did the straight line family today, but next week we might want to do the curved line family. So I wanted to experiment a little bit with curved lines, which you can see there are absolutely curved lines just looking at this tissue, right? They're not all straight. So I hope that you all enjoyed today's episode. And if you did do a sketch, thank you so much for playing and experimenting along with me. And I hope that you learned something about the straight line family in the world of sketching. And I hope that you all join me tomorrow for an episode on poetry. Last week we talked about concrete, colorful poems. And so you'll have to join tomorrow to see what our next episode is on poetry. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.